Hello, everybody. It is Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday. How are y'all doing? It's Live with Kristy Day. Hello, I am doing fantastic. I have several movies to talk about. I've been busy watching some movies the past few days, and some new products and some restock products to talk about as well. So, hello. Let's see. We'll just wait for some people to come on in. Hello, David. How are you? Anybody else feel that? Government Cheese. Hello. Hello, Destination Horror. Hello, Captain Spaulding. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hello, Jeff. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hi. Hi, Doug. How are you? I was trying to read your username there for a minute. And there's Charles. Hello, Charles. Pretty Killer Podcast. Hey, I just did the Pretty Killer Podcast last night. It was a great time. We had tons of fun just talking horror. So make sure you check out her podcast. Go subscribe. Pretty Killer Podcast. Hello, Lonnie. How are you? And hello. I'm not sure how you say all that, but Masters 777. 7's my lucky number. Oh, Mike, I see that now. If I would read, that'd be great. Hello, Mike. So thank you guys for coming on in. As I was just saying a little bit ago, I do have several movies to go over. Our podcast movie this week, the Nightmare Podcast, is Tremors, but me and Brian kind of talked about the whole thing, all the movies, and I got some products to talk about. So let's get started, since I do have a lot of movies to talk about. Liking the Freddy Glove. Thanks. It's Elaine. Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I know you gotta keep reminding me. Tremors all day, every day. Yep. Monster movie with some pretty good humor to balance things out. You are totally correct. I love it. So yes, Brian picked Tremors for this week, and we just kind of decided to cover all of the movies instead of just the one movie, the first movie. Again, if you want to hear what both me and Brian have to say, all of what we have to say, make sure you watch the Nightmare Podcast on Friday. Hello, Destination Horror. How are you? Thank you for coming on in. So, I did mention this on the podcast. For me, Tremors came out in 1990. I was about 11, 12 years old that year. I was 11 going on to 12 that year. And as I've said before, I'm a big slasher fan. I was really just slashers when I was a kid. But I did like Ghoulies and Critters and things like that though too, and Gremlins. But when this came out, I'm gonna admit it, I hated it. I just hated the whole movie. I thought it was silly. I didn't think it was funny. And then the actors that were in the movie, that are in the movie that I knew from other things, I just didn't like them being in this because I guess just with me being a kid, I just associated them with what I did know, and it was just odd for them to be in this like comedy horror movie, and I was just like, what? So I hated Michael Gross in it because all I could think of is, he's Mr. Keaton, he's Family Ties, he's the dad, and that's all I can think of. And then him to be like really goofy in this movie at that time when I was a kid and this movie came out, I didn't like it. I was like, no, I don't like that, I love it now. I love Michael Gross now in this. My mind has totally changed now about these movies than when I was a kid. And then the actress that she played, okay, so you have Ariana Richards, who we will know later on to be in Jurassic Park. But the lady that plays her mom, I cannot think of the actress's name, but she played Mrs. Beadle in Little House on the Prairie. And yes, I watched Little House on the Prairie. And so I was like, that's Mrs. Beadle. That doesn't even look like her. And I didn't like that. I I didn't care for Kevin Bacon in it because I was always associating him with like Footloose and stuff. And I didn't care for any of the actors in it and what they were doing in the movie. I don't like country music, and I was like, why is Reba McEntire in a horror movie? Ugh. That was my attitude about it back then. But I do remember it was all the rage, and it was all the talk, though, Reba McEntire going on to do a movie, and it ended up being Tremors. And now she's fantastic in it. I appreciate her in it, and I appreciate every actor that is in the movie now, and I love them in Tremors now. I just didn't when I was a kid because I just associated them with other shows and things that I was watching. It's weird how your mind kind of goes that way, or at least my mind does. What are y'all saying? Back in Chicago, he used to come over to my... Oh my God, that's so awesome, Michael Gross. Hello, Cryptic Cowboy. I see you. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Order a pizza. What should I get on it? For me, I'm just a cheese pizza kind of person. I like a 5 cheese, but a lot of people like their pepperoni on that pizza, so get you some pepperoni. Kind of like April Fool's Day, you ended up loving it. Exactly. There's a lot of movies that I didn't like as a kid that I love now. Do y'all experience that too? Or, I don't know, I haven't experienced me liking a movie when I was a kid and hating it now. I haven't experienced it that way. But have y'all experienced anything like that? I remember so you never liked, so you don't even like Tremors. Egg Shen from Big Trouble. Okay, see, I liked him. You are correct. I loved Big Trouble in Little China. Big Trouble in Little China was my jam when I was a kid. Anytime that came on HBO or TV or whatever, I was watching it. I love Big Trouble in Little China. It is actually my second favorite John Carpenter movie, my first being Christine. And, okay, third is Halloween. But, yes, I did like him in it, but it was just like everybody else. I couldn't deal with it back then. Hello, Zombie Momsen. How are you? Plenty of flicks I hated then and that you love now. Yeah, it was harsh. I was very harsh. Hello, August. Hated it back in the day. Now I find it funny. That's a good example. The Howling. Yeah. That's a good example too. I like Bacon and Tremors. How could you not? Yeah, just me being 11 and 12, I just didn't like him being so goofy. It was because Tremors is a goofy movie. Everybody's goofy in it, right? And I just didn't like all those actors that I knew of them to be a little more serious actors from the stuff that I had been watching. I just didn't like them being so goofy. But now, yes, of course, I love Kevin Bacon in it. I mean, again, like you said, how could you not like Kevin Bacon in this? And Fred Ward. Now, him, I didn't know as a kid, so he was a new actor to me when I was a kid. I didn't know who he was. I don't think there was anything I had watched at that time that he was in, so I didn't know him. And I just thought the whole idea of the movie was just like this is stupid. So when part 2 and everything came out, I never paid attention to any of the other movies. Not until I became an adult. And I would say more within the past maybe 10 years, maybe. I've learned to appreciate Tremors more. And now I enjoy the whole series. There's some good ones in this series and there's some bad ones in this series, of course. Hold on, let me see what you're all saying here. Now somebody else is craving pizza. Y'all, I just had our Philly cheesesteak and our cheese curds from the restaurant. They're both brand new items on our menu. I can't remember what we're calling the Philly cheesesteak, but the cheese curds are called creepy curds, and they come with a spicy sauce. I just had all that, so that was really good. Are y'all hungry now? Let's see. Kevin Bacon was great in Hollow Man. Totally agree. Oh, I love Kevin Bacon and anything he does now. Brian, you are doing an awesome job. Got that comment. Thank you. Yes, he is. That's tough. Yes, it's horror in broad daylight. It's tough. That's a good point. Very good point. Hi, thank you for coming in, everybody. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm so happy everybody's coming in. Yes. But, so anyway, so as far as the series go, when I did post this on all of my social medias, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, I got a lot of responses, mainly more on Instagram and Snapchat. I think everybody pretty much likes 1 and 2. And I, of course, I love 2 as well. Kevin Bacon does not come back in 2, but we do get Fred Ward in part 2. But I would like to tell everybody part 3 is really good too. I don't think everybody's giving 3 the credit it needs, or maybe you just decided after 2 you just didn't want to watch anymore. But I do suggest at least going back and watching 3. Because with 3, it goes back to the town perfection like in the first one, and you get pretty much the whole cast comes back for that one. Obviously not Kevin Bacon or Fred Ward, and then of course Chang had passed away, but everybody else, including Ariana Richards and a teenage Ariana Richards, but everybody else comes back for the third one, so it ties in really well with 1 and 2, especially 1 obviously, and I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. It's really good too. For me, 4, 5, and 6 are a bit boring. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, the best things about them is just seeing the graboids and the shriekers and the butt blasters or ass blasters. But I don't know, they kind of fell off a little bit with those. In my opinion, that's just me. And then Shrieker Island is really good. I highly recommend this one too. So if anything, do 1, 2, and 3, and then Shrieker Island, because this is where you get your ending with Bert, with Michael Gross, and they ended it very well. And it's sad. I remember the first time I watched it, I almost cried. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's a bigger budget movie than the rest of them, so things are executed a little bit better. Things look a little bit better. Acting is better. There's some really good actors. You get Richard Brake, another actor. Like, how can you not like Richard Brake in something? He's awesome, and he's awesome in this. So I really think Shrieker Island is a really fantastic one too. I love the story. You get the guy that plays in Napoleon Dynamite. He's in it, and he's really good. I like him playing up against Michael Gross. So I recommend that one too. I do know that all of them are on Tubi, except for Shrieker Island. That's not on Tubi, but all the rest of them are. So just go give them a try. I do have to say this, even though I say 4, 5, and 6 are a bit boring for me. It was fun to watch all of them in a row, though. Like, in a row and just binge watch all of them. So that was a good time. That was fun to do. So, I highly recommend doing that, especially if you haven't watched any other ones. I mean, go watch 4, 5, and 6. You might love them. Brian actually likes 6. He likes the fact that it's, in the snow and it's a whole different type of environment. But they do go in different environments in all of the movies. 4 is in the Western days. It's supposed to be a prequel. And 5 is like in Africa. 6 is in Canada. And Shrieker Island is in Thailand. So, what are y'all saying? Appreciate giant worms back then, but she does. There you go, Charles. Oh, Charles. Did you like Sliders? Do you like Sliders? Do I like Sliders? Yeah, of course I like Sliders. Netflix. It is on Netflix? Okay. I think someone is saying Shrieker Island is on Netflix, y'all. So, that's still on there. So, really give that a try. Again, like I said, that one has a bigger budget, so things were done a little bit more. I do have to say this, though. The Tremors, the original, the practical effects are so freaking amazing. And with this type of movie, I do believe it's the practical effects that makes it. Of course, as time goes on with the movies, we get a lot of CGI. And it's okay for some stuff. And I know that's the time and the day that we're in nowadays. We're in this computer age and we have CGI. But it just loses something for me with all the CGI. I still love the practical effects. I know it's probably an expensive thing and CGI is probably a cheaper thing, but I don't know. You're losing some of the originality though when you just start going into CGI, because all the practical effects in the original Tremors movie is completely outstanding. Every time they blow one up and the guts and the orange guts and stuff's flying everywhere, it's so cool the way they did everything back then. And CGI just can't touch that, in my opinion. I feel like most people can probably agree with me on that. Never knew 5 and 6 was made. Yep. You got 5, 6, and 7, and then there's a TV series. Now, the TV series, I think it only lasted 13 episodes. I have not watched that. I think that's also on Tubi as well, as what Brian had said. So I might have to go back and just see what that was all about. But that one I didn't watch. I didn't watch the little TV series. Why are you avoiding giving any praise to Gary Busey? Oh, I'm not. Gary Busey's awesome, right? Ginger Dead Man. Pumpkin guts. Reminds you of pumpkin guts. Yes, it does. Hello, Cody. How are you? Destination Horror. Agreed about CGI. A series? Yeah, there was a series. I don't have... The other Brian, he had all his movies with him. Like, these are mine, and he had, like, VHS. So you'll see that all on the podcast. But he had the DVD for the series. Yeah, again, it was only, like, 13 episodes. And I believe Michael Gross is in it. And I'm not sure who else came back for that little series, though. But, yeah, I didn't watch that. Let's see. Hello, Terry. How are you? Is it because of Nick Nolte? What are you talking about? I heard they used snow filter lenses to film the movie. Oh, they could have. Let's see. Okay. I'm just reading everybody's stuff. Hello. What is this? Oh, a new shoe. Oh, we have new shoes. Oh, well, aren't those just cute? Can we see those? Can you see that? New shoes. We just got in a whole bunch of new stuff a minute ago. We got in some more NECA stuff a minute ago, and we got in these new boots. Those are cute. These are Strange Cult. How much are these, Brian? $120. Okay. And you can get them in store and online. Here's your shoe. Thanks. Hey, wait. Let me see your DVD of this the series right here real quick. I was just talking about that. Now you can hand that to me. Thank you. So here, Brian just came in and brought me the shoe. So here is his DVD of the TV series. So that's the cover of it. And he said that there were only like 13 episodes. And I think he said these were on Tubi as well. So there's that. Yes, new shoes. I know those boots are cute. Jake Busey is better. Hey, Gory Bits. Uh-oh. Yes, Ginger Dead Man is quite a movie. Have you seen all of them, though? Amazon delivery is pizza next. Well, there you go. I like Jake Busey to come back in bigger horror flicks. Yeah, they need to do more practical monster effects. I totally agree. Okay, well, moving on from Tremors, let's talk about all these other movies I have watched. There's a lot. So if you want to hear the rest of what I have to say about Tremors and what Brian has to say, please watch the Nightmare podcast on Friday when we air our Tremors episode. Okay, so let's start with Renfield. I finally watched Renfield. I know it takes me forever to watch new movies. I get it. I know. I'm bad. And literally I was in Walmart and it was sitting right there and I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it without even watching it. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I bought it. I really enjoyed Renfield. I've seen where some people like it, some people don't. But for me, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I need a constructive, constructive criticism on why you don't like it, because I just thought it was really action packed. It was gory. It was funny. I liked Nicolas Cage. I mean, he was great as Dracula, and Nicholas Hoult as Renfield. I liked their chemistry together. That was fantastic. And I liked the story. I liked that it was more about Renfield and him trying to get away from Dracula, and being his own person and feeling like somebody, in society, and, going through his mental health and all that. And he ends up going to like a little, not an AA meeting, but like a little meeting thing for people that just need to, talk out their feelings. And I know I liked that story. I thought it made just a little bit of sweetness in the story in the movie to go along with all the other things that are going along with the movie. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. The action was great. I liked like the first shot that you see of how Dracula is hooked up to all the blood bags. He has all those blood bags that he has to sit there and be hooked up to try to get back to normal. That whole shot of the room with all the blood bags and all that, and that whole shot was a really awesome shot. That was really cool and creative, I thought, all of that going on in there. I don't know, there's not much more I can really say about it. I just thought it was a fun movie. What are y'all saying was the best thing in the movie? See, and I think Nicholas Hoult was. I mean, because you see more of him than you do Nicolas Cage, but yes, he did a great Dracula. Yes, he did. And the makeup was fantastic, from him going to the burned look, and then, he's trying to get his skin back and get back to normal, and then you kind of get this middle ground look. He's not back to normal yet, but he's not just burnt, and the makeup they did for his face and all that looked really good. The special effects were really good, I thought. Let's see. Oh, wait, let me go back. Destination Horror had asked, there's more than one Ginger Dead Man? Oh, yes, there is. Yes, sir. There's a few of them, and then you get, I think it's Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong versus Evil Bong, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's several. Ben Schwartz's Fate was my favorite. As a cop. Aquafina miscast as a cop. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Now, that was probably the only thing I didn't like. And it wasn't the actress playing the cop. It wasn't that I didn't like her, but I didn't like the chemistry between her and Renfield. That I didn't like. I don't know. That didn't work for me. So, yeah. Kristy, critic, have thought. Can you please to make a Gary Busey? Well, Shelley, Dylan does not work for us anymore. The only time he's ever here, well, he's not here, but he does work for us for conventions. We have him do conventions for us, but he doesn't work here anymore. But you can message him on Moth's Mask on Instagram. But I can probably put in a little word for you, though. Can you imagine a Gary Busey mask? Huh. That would be interesting. Have you ever watched From on... No, I have not watched From, but I have seen some of the stuff on there. Oh, they do have the Scream 6 soundtrack. Yes. I still have to... I have to get Scream 6. I still haven't gotten that. I don't think that's out yet, though, the movie. But I'm going to have to add that to my collection, of course. That would sell. I know. That's funny. I'll pass it along to Dylan. The next time I'll see him, though, we do Midsummer Scream in California next month. It's at the end of July. So that'll be the next time I see him. He'll be doing that with us. Ooh, Brooklyn 45. No, I have not, but Brian has. He said he just watched it last night, actually, and he said he really liked it. So I'll give Brooklyn 45 a try. Comes out next month. Okay. Thank you very much, Cody. I'm going to have to get that. And Carnival of Soul soundtracks are coming from Waxwork. I am not sure, but that is an excellent question. Is the Carnival of Souls, is that the original one? I'm sure, right? The original movie. I have a very freaky, weird, I can't explain story that the remake of Carnival of Souls is part of that story. But that's going to have to be a whole other day because it's extremely weird. I still think it's I've told my ghost story from when I was a kid. I've told that, but I have another story that's, again, it's a lot to tell, but it's extremely weird. And every time I think about it, I'm still just like, what the hell happened? I have no idea what happened in my house. Something happened that I can't explain. It took so long for... I don't know. That is a great question, Cody. Why did it take so long? Is releasing the originals. Oh, don't give Hollywood any ideas, though. And the next Halloween movie, Michael will be wearing a Gary B. Oh, God, no. That's funny. That's the next new remake for Halloween, right? Okay, moving on to another movie. And just before I say anything else, all the movies that I have watched that I'm going to talk about, I liked all of them. There wasn't a movie that I didn't like. So there you go. The next movie, The Barn 2. Oh, wait. Renfield is on Peacock for free now. So go watch Renfield. It's about an hour and 33 minutes long. It's on Peacock. So go watch Renfield if you have not watched Renfield. Give it a try. Okay, the next one, The Barn 2. It is on Screambox right now. It's about an hour and 34 minutes long, and it came out last year. I loved The Barn, the first one. I have an autographed poster here in the store. I've had it for a long time, for years now, hung up in the store from The Barn. And I bought Barn 2 at Texas Frightmare from Drew Marvick at his table because Drew Marvick is in The Barn 2. He's at the very beginning of it, which was fantastic. It was a great scene. I messaged him and told him that I loved it. In The Barn 2, the story, if you haven't watched The Barn, it's pretty much like, I don't want to say kids, but I guess they're kids, but they're like teenage kids, unleash on Halloween night. You know, they do a haunted house, and they're all about Halloween and all about trick-or-treating and doing, you know, the rules on trick-or-treating the right way and all that. And something happens and they unleash these, I don't know what you call them, these creatures. There's like a pumpkin head and like these Halloween characters. I can't remember what you call them. But there's a pumpkin head guy and like a corn cob guy. Like his head's a corn cob. It's really cool. And I love the masks. I love the characters. They're so creative. I love the pumpkin head because it's flaming. It's really neat. And then the other character is like a miner in a way. And then part 2, they introduced 2 new characters. And one is kind of like a bird type character. And it kind of gave me Dark Crystal vibes a little bit, but that's just me and my way of thinking. But anyway, so these kids unleash these characters, and they got to try to get rid of them on Halloween night. It's just a fun Halloween movie. Linnea Quigley's in it, and so part 2 kind of goes off from part 1. Some of the characters from part 1 come back, and things wreak havoc again in this town on Halloween. And here we go. And there's tons of great cameos in The Barn 2. So not only do you have Linnea Quigley, which she was in the first one, you've got Joe Bob and Darcy are in it. Doug Bradley is in The Barn 2. And I love his part. He plays like a grandpa, and he kind of is just sitting in a chair giving the girls the story and the background on the town and all of what's happening, and gives them the story. And I was just like, I could sit and just listen to Doug Bradley talk and tell a story all day. Like, I'm intrigued by him. I love Doug Bradley. So he was in it. Who else? There was a couple other people. Of course, Drew. What are y'all saying? Gary Busey would have made... Y'all stop. Yes, The Barn is on Tubi. I believe the first one is on Tubi, but the second one I know is on Screenbox, though, only. But they're great movies to watch on Halloween Day. It's now some of my new staples for Halloween Day. And like I said, Drew was at the beginning, and he had a really cool little scene with a skewer going through the back of his head, through his mouth with a marshmallow on it. That was fun. Awesome job, Drew. But I love the cameos, the mask, the characters. I just love everything about it. It just screams Halloween. So I really enjoyed that one. So go watch The Barn and The Barn 2. They are independent movies, so yay for that. They're not getting talked about enough. They need to get talked about more. Hello, The Collector. How are you? Thank you for coming in, everybody. I really appreciate it. About the Nosferatu movie coming out next year, I think. Oh, I think it might be interesting. I'm good with it. I'm down. Hello, how are you? Hello, Anthony. All right, so the next movie that I watched, The Retaliators. It is now free on Amazon. It was for rent on Amazon, but it's now on there. It's about an hour and 35 minutes long. I like giving you all the times because I'm like a person, like if something's like well over 2 hours, an hour and 30 minutes is good for a horror movie, or 45 minutes. The Retaliator. So I wrote down good story. For me, it's all about the story. Another really good action-packed movie. Another good gore movie. There was a scene where they put the guy's mouth on a muffler and all of his teeth break off. It kind of reminds me of American History X when they do that on the curb. Ugh. Oh, that gets me. And so they do it on a muffler. And then, of course, the car's running too. That was pretty gnarly. That was a cool little scene in the movie. A great soundtrack. I wrote that down because Papa Roach, some members of Papa Roach, Five Finger Death Punch, and Motley Crue are in The Retaliators. So if you are big fans of music and big fans of Five Finger Death Punch, Papa Roach, and Motley Crue, you might want to go ahead and check this out. You will see Tommy Lee being the DJ at a strip club. Why not, right? But Five Finger Death Punch has some main roles in this. They play the bad guys. Basically, let me see if I can explain this to you. So you have a dad. He is a priest. And the wife, he has two daughters. One's a teenage daughter, one's a younger daughter. And the wife had got killed. So he is a single father. And again, like I said, he's a priest. And that is important in this movie because as a priest, he tries to do good, and be good and let people kind of walk all over him a little bit, because he's a priest, trying to be that good person. But within the movie and going towards the end, it's kind of like, forget that. So yeah, him being a priest is kind of key to the movie. So his wife had died due to her just being in the wrong time, the wrong place kind of a thing. And it was about a drug deal and, it's just some bad guys and bad things happening. So he ends up becoming friends with a cop, private investigator type guy. I cannot remember in the movie if he still was a cop or private investigator, or if he was. I cannot remember what they said. But anyway, he was at some point. And finding out later on that this cop has built an underground dungeon cell type thing, rooms under his house to kind of put the bad guys. That way, the people that were involved, like, you know, like rapists, child molesters, murderers, that kind of a thing. That way, the person that had gotten raped, or maybe the mom of the daughter that got killed, can come back to his house and retaliate on the person that did these things to their loved one or themselves. So that's why the movie's called The Retaliators. So this dad, you know, becomes friends with him and then finds this out. And of course he wants, the cop friend wants him to retaliate on the killer of his wife. And then that's all I want to say. And then things happen. Things get very action-packed and gory after that. I thought it was a great story. You know, you get the good at the end. It was a nice ending. So I highly suggest this movie. Again, it is on Amazon, and you get, you know, the Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach and Motley Crue in it. So there you go. Let's see, what are y'all saying? Oh, see, Gory Bits, you liked it. Completely agree. When we have movie nights, we're on their welcome. Oh, there you go. Best vampires ever. Yep. Hello, False Face Addict. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Takes way too long. Kill them with kindness takes way too long. Yeah, totally agree. Ooh, Bill Skarsgård is playing Count Orlok. I just read that. If you're in the mood for... Oh, okay. Mad Heidi. Oh, that sounds interesting. So, okay, so Grissom Magazine said, I recommend Mad Heidi. So, is it like the story of Heidi, but it's a horror movie? Because if it is, I'm so in. Because I can admit, when I was a kid, I loved Heidi. There was a movie that this is so odd to say. Okay. So I had a lot of horror movies recorded on beta tapes. Okay. So that's how I watched a lot of movies. But I had a lot of other movies recorded on these tapes as well within the horror movies. So like on one tape, I had this movie Heidi, and it's a really good movie too. And I had Heidi and probably like, I don't know, Little Shop of Horrors on one tape together or something. I don't know. That's so funny. So like I'll watch Nightmare on Elm Street and then I'll watch Heidi. That was the type of girl I was. That's funny. Oh, it's so weird now. But if that's a Heidi horror movie, I want to watch that. Definitely is in it too. William Dafoe was in what? What? Because I like William Dafoe. Play Joker. Oh, okay. I see now. Beta. I know. I'm a lot older than a lot of y'all. We moved to a different house when I was 7. And when we moved, my parents bought like, you know, the new VCR. So that went in the living room and they gave me the beta that we did have in the living room to put in my room since I enjoyed watching movies so much. And then my sister got the Atari in her room. So I had a TV and a beta machine, and then my sister had a TV and the Atari. But then later on, my aunt gave us another Atari, so then I just had another Atari in my room. So into Amanda Weiss's. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That'd be cool. I'm all about this Heidi movie now. Damn it. Oh, and The Retaliators is a Christmas movie. I wrote that down too, just so you know. It is a Christmas movie because The Barn 2 obviously is a Halloween movie. So yeah, The Retaliators is a Christmas movie. It's all at Christmas. Okay, so almost done, I promise. And then we'll talk about products. So Tubi Originals. You know, I got to watch my Tubi Originals for y'all. And I did watch She Came from the Woods I had seen a couple people say they were really enjoying it, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and get it watched so I can talk about it too. And I really enjoyed it. It was good. It's about an hour and 41 minutes long, and like I said, it is a Tubi original. It's about a camp. It's set at a camp. It's set in the 80s, so already camp and 80s. Got it. Love it. The camp is called Camp Briarbrook, and it's a family-owned camp. So it's like it was like a grandfather, and then his daughter, who was the mom, and then her son, and I think it was like maybe her brother, but it was like a family. It's a family-owned camp. And a long time ago, within the family, the grandfather, his wife, the grandma, had fell ill, and they do a little backstory on this within the movie. She fell ill, and they had to hire a nurse, and he hires a nurse, and her name is Agatha, and she's actually a witch, and she casted a spell. The wife ends up dying, and the grandfather ends up having an affair with Agatha, the nurse. Now I just gave you the backstory. And he kind of shuns her away, and now somehow she lives in the woods, and she kills all the adults and turns kids into like these like flesh-eating demon type kids. So it's now 1987, I think, is the year, and the camp counselors at this camp, they know about the story because they think it's a legend. They think it's just, it's folklore, but it's actually really not. And they unleash, they do like this little ritual thing just for fun. They think it's for fun, and then all of a sudden it's not for fun because she comes out of the woods. And then it's just a fun movie after that. You get the comedy and the blood, and it's real 80s. The only thing, though, once you really do see Agatha, like really see her, I mean, I don't know. I kind of was a bit disappointed in the makeup. Oh, I hate to say that. I don't like to say negative things like that. But I don't know. It could have been, I don't know. I'm not sure how different. But that was like the cheesiest part of it. Like once you actually get to see her and see what she looks like. I mean, it's not all that bad, but I guess I was thinking of something else. But I did see where some people thought that they thought she was cool looking too. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. But it's just a fun little summer movie. So I highly suggest it. You get William Sadler. We all know William Sadler. He actually plays the grandfather. We all know him from Bill and Ted and from Demon Knight. So he is in this. So if you like him. Like within the woods, the witch has all the children's blood in these jars, and they're hanging from all of the trees in the woods. And I did write that down, that I thought that shot was really cool. When you see the shot of the woods for the first time, and you see just all these jars just filled with blood just hanging, and it's just like, what? But it's a really pretty shot though in the movie. It's good cinematography. Oh, Fright Flick said they liked it. Awesome. Watch that in Retaliators tonight. Yeah, please do. And if y'all are watching any of these that I've suggested, please message me on my whatever you're on, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. Please message me and tell me, hey, I watched it and this is what I think of it. I mean, I want to know what y'all think of it. To play Heidi in the 70s. True story. Are you serious? Yes, please do, Elaine. I know the Tubiverse. Is that a NECA Freddy glove? Yes, it is. Have MIA for a while. Same with Ashy Slashy. Give me just a few more minutes, rigor mortis, and I will tell you all about this, and I will tell you all about that. Just give me a few more minutes. But yes, you are correct. Another funny point, and I want y'all to look for this if you watch She Came from the Woods, okay? So there will be a pizza delivery car that will come, and the sign on top of the car says pizza time. Obviously, you can tell it's like a Pizza Hut logo and sign, but it says pizza time. And pay attention to the phone number. Usually I don't pay attention to small things like that the first time I watch a movie, but I don't know, my eye went to it and I was like, oh, okay. So the phone number is 420-6969. Letting that sink in. Got it? 420-6969. That's the phone number to Pizza Time. I thought that was kind of funny. I just noticed that on the car and I was like, oh my God. I wonder if anybody else noticed that that's already watched the movie. I like pizza. Yes, I like pizza. And everybody knows, if you watch Valentine's Bluff, you know I like pizza. I've got to get those stickers made. That's got to be a thing. Okay. And then the other movie, I'm not even going to really talk about it. It's just going to be like an honorable mention type movie, is another Tubi original movie. It's called Hidden Exposure. It's about an hour and a half long. They just released that particular movie on there too. That movie is more of a Lifetime type movie, so that might not be something for all of y'all, but I kind of did enjoy it just because I just didn't know what to watch. And again, you know, I like to watch my Tubi originals for y'all, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and watch this one. I liked the story, but it's not horror at all. It's more of a drama thriller, in my opinion, and more, you know, a Lifetime type movie. But whatever. But check that one out. You know, IMDb it and kind of read about it. But it doesn't really give it justice because the ending of it was like, oh, okay. Rumor Willis, Bruce Willis's, you know, daughter, Rumor Willis, she's in it. So she's in that movie. But I liked it for me. But that's just me. But I did watch a Lifetime movie as well. I didn't even write that down. That actually was very good. The Girl in the Basement, which is a true story, and Judd Nelson's in the movie. That is a Lifetime movie. It is on Hulu. I did watch that as well for the first time, and that was a very excellent movie. The story of it is quite... I'm not sure what other word to use but disgusting, but the story of what happened to this girl by the hands of her father is quite disgusting. But the movie was very intriguing and it was good, and then I ended up finding a documentary on the true story after that to kind of get a little more on it, but it's completely disturbing because it's actual real life, you know. So I did watch that too. And that's all I watched. All that. So Renfield's on Peacock. The Barn 2 was on Screenbox. The Retaliators is on Amazon. Hidden Exposure, She Came from the Woods, Tubi Originals. And then if you want to watch The Girl in the Basement, I do suggest it. I know I said Lifetime movie, but it's really good. That's on Hulu. And then all the Tremors movies is on Tubi, except for Shrieker Island, I am being told, is on Netflix. So go check all this out. Visiting Nightmare Toys. Oh, come on. Yeah. I get a lot of people from other countries that come here, you know, because, you know, everybody travels here to Vegas. So, yeah, I would love to meet you. Your next fan film. I loved your Valentine Bluff. It is so good. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Judd Nelson plays a good psychopath. And you know, her dad. Yes. Oh my God. Awful. Let me ask this. I'm just going to go ahead and say this really quick and then let me get into the products because someone was asking about neck and I'm sure they want to know about this. Why is it when we get people... Okay, so if you go ahead and watch The Girl in the Basement, or if you haven't, just Google the story and then you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about, what this father did to his child. It's like the most disgusting thing you can ever do. But why do we keep people like that around? I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Like, once we know it's that person, why, and they've done all of this stuff that's just unspeakable, why do we go through a trial and put them in prison? Why? That's just me. Spend money? Why are we spending money on these people? We need the retaliator, right? Ugh. Is the last horror. The Tubi has Fanatic, the last horror show. Oh, yeah, that's good too. That is good too. Okay, so let's talk about products. Real quick, we just got in from Trick or Treat Studios. This is a brand new wallet. It is the Frankenstein wallet from Trick or Treat Studios. We did get in the H3 wallets, but we were pre-sold out of those, and we already sent off the pre-orders. I do think that we still have a couple more pre-orders left of that wallet. That wallet was very popular, the H3 wallet, but we do have another order in of the H3 wallets, and they will be coming soon. But right now, we do have the Frankenstein one, and on the back, that's what it says on the back. And then we do have these two wallets as well, the Frankenstein and the Creature. These are from Rock Rebel. Let me open them up. These are really nice wallets, and these would make great Father's Day gifts. Father's Day is Sunday, and we are having a Father's Day sale in the store and online on Sunday and Monday. So we'll have 2 days of an online sale if you are wanting to get a wallet for yourself. You can get one of those. We do carry trimmers. The Blu-ray, the Arrow Blu-ray, it doesn't have the slip cover. It's not a 4K or anything. It's just the regular Arrow. I think it's Arrow. Just the regular Blu-ray of trimmers. But we do carry that in the store too if you're wanting to buy trimmers. But like I said, Sunday and Monday we're going to be having our 15% off sale. Monday is like a holiday here in Vegas, so we're celebrating that. They have their own day. Vegas has its own day. So from NECA, it has been a while since these gloves have been in stock with them. I don't know why, but yes. As far as me, it's been a couple years since I've had this product. We do have the regular, this is the regular from the first movie, and we do have a few left of the Part 3 glove, but not many. That one is the more popular one, I guess. I don't know. That's the one that everybody's been buying. We've had this in for about a week now, week and a half. We've had the gloves in. But yeah, they just now, I don't know, just now decided to make them again and ship them back out. But yeah, it's been quite a while. Now, the Ashy Slashy puppet, I do know is something that's not going to be made anymore. So there will be no more Ashy Slashy puppets. That I do know. That's not on any order forms anymore. It's not on anything. That particular product is done. So, but this is the funny thing. Let me go ahead and say this though. They say that, so don't quote me on that, because they say that they're not doing it anymore, but then another 3 years down the road, we'll get it again. Because there was some talk for a little bit that they weren't going to do the Chucky and Tiffany dolls anymore. Like this one batch they came out with was going to be it. Now that was just talk. But we got an order that we can pre-order them all over again. So they're coming back out with the Chucky and Tiffany again. That was not a one and done. So if you still want that, you can still get it. We are not doing pre-orders. NECA is. We are not. I did go ahead and order a few. I know I said I want to focus on Trick or Treat Studios as far as the dolls go, but I mean, come on. I get, as a collector, for me, I kind of want all of it, I don't want just one person's doll. I want everybody's dolls. So I did order a few, not many, but I did order a few of the Chucky and the Tiffany. But those will not be coming back out until next year, though. They won't be shipping again until next year, but they are coming back out with the Chucky and Tiffany. And then we just got in the Phantom of the Opera like just a little bit ago, a couple hours ago. So this is brand new. We just put it on the website. So if you're needing the Phantom of the Opera, I highly suggest go get it. I'm taking this one home. I will be taking it out of the box. Can we see? Yep. Can y'all see that? So there's about, the box is really cool. It comes with different heads and hands as usual. Has a hat, has his cane, and it looks like there's like a little plastic bag behind him. So maybe they're putting in like a little bag to put the accessories in or something. But there looks like there's a little plastic bag behind him for something. But yeah, he's cool. So we just got this in. So this is brand new. I took one that had a damaged box. That's mine. So don't freak out about the damage you see. That's mine. I'm taking him out of the box, so I don't care about that. So we got those in. Remember, we got the sale Sunday and Monday, so we still have some left, which I'm sure we will because we have quite a few of them. Be a good time to get one of those. And then we did just get in another order. Some more some more Nightmare on Elm Street stuff from NECA. I'm not sure what was on that order because we literally, like, the truck literally just dropped it off right before I started my live show. So we do have some more NECA products. It's finally happening to we're getting some NECA stuff in now. And the reasoning for that is because they finally changed their ordering system, which is, I think, it seems to be a little bit better than what has been going on the past few years. So, yeah, so we're finally getting in some NECA stuff. So that's good. There should be a Freddy Ultimate on that palette, and there should be some Freddy plushies and something else. I cannot remember what was on it, but I'm finally getting some NECA Nightmare on Elm Street stuff in. So that's good. So we got all that. So go check all that out. I can hear them out there putting stuff up. And I know Brian and Joseph have been out there working hard, getting all these products out in the store and getting them on the website. I need to get tatted, don't I? Is that Lon Chaney Sr.? Yeah, right? Carl Mel. With Lon Chaney, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. Let's see. Do you know if NECA will be making a black and white version of the Phantom? I am not sure. I have not seen that on the order form, so I'm not sure. You would think they would because they've done everything else in both color and black and white, so you'd think that they would, but I don't know. Oh, okay, thank you for the info on the necklace. Yeah, the Ashy Slashes are now selling. Yeah. Oh! Are you kidding me right now? They're selling for $400? Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm reading stuff. Yes, Lon Chaney Jr. was the Wolfman. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. That's insane about the Ashy Slashies. I remember my last batch that I had of those. I could never keep those at conventions. So I had them in the store in Alabama when I first ordered them. And I've always sold that. Like, I've never, like, not had a problem selling the Ashy Slashy puppets. And there was 2 of them. And I tell you what, I had a huge display of all these Ashy Slashy puppets in Nightmare Toys there in Alabama. And then I started bringing them to cons, to have, Bruce Campbell sign. And I couldn't keep them in at any convention. Like, the first night of a convention, Friday night, all my Ashy Slashies would be gone. Like, everybody loved those. And then the last time I had them, I had like 3 left in my convention stock. And I'm not sure what convention it was, but I remember it was my last 3. And at that point in time, they weren't making them anymore. And it was getting to the point where they started selling for quite a bit and people couldn't find them anymore and all this stuff. And I remember, like, it was like hotcakes, the 3 that I had. It was like boom, 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 gone. So, yeah, Bruce Campbell stuff sells, especially those Ashy Slashy puppets. Let's see. Yes, we'll be cosplaying him soon. Oh, I can't wait to see the cosplay. That'll be fun. Horror versions of Beanie Babies. Oh, gosh. Oh, we can't get into that. Okay, so I think that's really about it for movies and products. So events going on. We don't have a lot scheduled right at the moment, but we are working on getting some signings going. I would like to have one in August if I can get one in August. Maybe like beginning September, August, September. I do know I'm not going to have one in July. My daughter's coming the first week of July. She'll be here for 4th of July. So I'm hoping, I asked her this morning actually, when I do my live show that Wednesday when she's here, because she's not leaving until that Thursday, I asked her to be on my live show with me while she's here and to be on the podcast with us. She hasn't given me an answer. She's like, I don't know. I'll get back with you. I'm like, well, okay, well, tell me soon. But I thought that would be fun that week. That would be the 5th, Wednesday the 5th, July 5th. I thought that would be fun for me and my daughter to do a live show together, and then y'all can get to know my daughter some. So I don't know. I don't know if she'll do it, but we'll see. I think she's more of the person that would rather be behind the camera and take pictures than be in front of the camera. And then, of course, I'm the opposite. I like pictures. Get a little Ashy Slashy puppet to put on a neck of Ash. Little part of the... Oh, that would be cute. Oh, my God. That would be so cute. That's a good idea. Anything Ghostface coming? Oh, yes. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you for saying that. Yes, I can finally say something about Ghostface and Scream products. So, we got a hold of Fun World this week. Philip's been emailing back and forth, and just to get kind of an update on anything about our order, because like I said, back in January at the Halloween show, we ordered pretty much everything that they have Ghostface. I mean, all the masks, everything. And a lot of the masks came in like multiples, like in one pack, like what is the word I'm trying to come up with? Yeah. Anyway, they come in colors, multi-pack kind of a thing. So I ordered all the stuff in January, and they said nothing will ship until after June. Well, here we are about mid-June. And I seen some people getting on eBay or trading with people or whatever, the zombie mask that had came out years ago, which is pretty much like the Part 6 mask. I mean, it looks just like it. But it's not the Part 6 mask. I feel like some people are thinking they're getting the Part 6 mask, or they're calling it that, when it's actually really not, because there will be a Part 6 mask. I did order that and the robe. And when we talked to Fun World, they said that they are going to start shipping some of our order. I don't know what that means yet, but they will be shipping some of our order soon. That's what was told to us. So we're talking to them, we're communicating with Fun World, and we're getting some answers and hopefully getting something done, because I need some Ghostface stuff. I need some Scream stuff in my store. I have a whole section of my store that's gorgeous, that's only going to be for Ghostface and Scream stuff, and it's pretty empty right now, and it's driving me nuts. So that's all I can tell you at the moment. So hopefully sometime soon, maybe by July, I'll have some stuff from Fun World that's Ghostface. I don't know what it would be, but I ordered so much stuff. I also ordered all of their they also have the Halloween Rob Zombie license as well. And a lot of the products that they have in Ghostface, they also have in Michael Myers. Halloween, Rob Zombie's Michael Myers. Let me make that perfectly clear. And I did order all of that as well. So I will have a nice good stock of Ghostface stuff and Rob Zombie's Halloween Michael Myers stuff when all of that comes in. But the zombie mask, though, let me say this. So this is where I'm confused, and I guess I don't know. I'm not in the Ghostface Scream world, collector's world. But this zombie mask, and this is a question to everybody, so please somebody answer me. The zombie mask everybody is getting, and they're like, oh, this is rare. But I ordered it, though. I mean, it was on the wall with all the other masks, so it's not rare. So I'm really confused on that because I ordered it. I need to find the picture. I'm sure I have a picture in my phone of the wall of all the masks, and I pretty much ordered every single one. Whatever Ghostface mask they make, I ordered. All colors, all designs, everything. And the zombie mask was there, so I don't think it's rare. Maybe it was at one point, but I don't think it is now. I'm not sure what's going on with all that. Please, somebody tell me, because I'm so confused. Yeah. So I can say this too. I didn't get to see the Part 6 mask or robe because all they had was a piece of paper. They had a piece of paper there at the show that had the SKU number, the UPC number for the products. And then, Part 6 Ghostface mask, Part 6 Ghostface robe. And that's all it was. Just a piece of paper. So I didn't get to see anything, but yes. Oh, the first time it's been produced in several years, maybe. See, that's what I was thinking too, Cody, but I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that, and I want to know. I want to know because if it's not rare, I feel bad looking at all these people's posts that are out there trying to get this zombie mask from eBay and paying outrageous prices or trading with somebody, and I don't know. I'm not sure how all that goes. I wonder if I'll have to look at my pictures later, but I'm sure I can find the picture of the wall of masks though. So that is the update on Fun World. Let's see. We're still waiting on some other stuff from Trick or Treat Studios, but some of their other new stuff is still on back order. There's a lot of stuff that's on back order actually. I think that's it. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I pre-ordered some. I use Entertainment Earth only for their exclusive products because obviously they're exclusive to them. So, and I can order from Entertainment Earth. So I order a lot of their exclusive stuff for the store, but that's all I ever order on there anymore. And they just came out with some new Loungefly backpacks, which I can get Loungefly backpacks, but I can't get the Entertainment Earth one. So I ordered those. They're coming out with some really cute ones, and they all glow in the dark. The backpacks glow in the dark. There was like a Disney one with like Mickey, Goofy, and Pluto maybe on it, and it's a black backpack. And they're in Halloween costumes like the Funko Pops that had came out. And it's a little Halloween background on the backpack. And it glows in the dark. So I ordered that one. And there was a Nightmare Before Christmas one that's like pink with hearts. And it has Jack and Sally on it. And then there was a Zero backpack. And there was a Beetlejuice backpack that is the Beetlejuice Tombstone. And that's the backpack. And apparently all these glow in the dark too. That's part of the Entertainment Earth exclusive thing, is that everything glows in the dark. So I ordered all of those backpacks, but those aren't coming out until later in the year, though. But I did get some of those. It seems like backpacks and purses and all that kind of stuff do really well for us. So, first time, let's see. I remember seeing a zombie Ghostface mask in stores during Halloween for a hood. No. Ghostface fan and cosplay friend. Yes, please do ask. I want to know. And it's a cool looking mask. I love the zombie Ghostface mask. I love that look. I think it's really neat looking. Yes, Night Before Christmas. It's really cute. I'll have to send you a picture of it, that horror couple. All right. Like I said, we will be having our Father's Day sale Sunday and Monday in store and online. We will also be having our 4th of July sale only online. We will be closed. The store and the restaurant will be closed for 4th of July. It's on a Tuesday. We're just going to be closed. But we will have a sale for 4th of July as well if you missed the Father's Day sale. And then the end of July, we will be at Midsummer Scream. So I hope to see everybody there. I'm excited for that one. And then in September, we have Creepy-Econ Aftermath. You can put in promo code GIMME15, and that'll get you $15 off of weekend passes for Creepy-Econ. So there you go. And we'll see you then. And I don't have any other cons or signings or anything in the works at the moment, but I will keep y'all updated on that. Like I said, me and Brian are working on for some store signings, and we'll see what we can do with that. And I think that's really about it, guys. Next week on the Nightmare Podcast, we are going to introduce one of our new employees, Joseph. He will be on the podcast with me and Brian, and we are going to talk Friday the 13th. We're going to talk all of the movies. All of them. That's what Joseph said he wanted to do. He's a big Halloween fan, but we've already discussed Halloween movies. So we are going to discuss all of the Friday the 13th movies, from Friday the 13th all the way to Freddy vs. Jason and the remake. So we'll talk about all of them. So that'll be a fun discussion next week. So we will see you next week. I will see you next week, and I hope y'all have a spooky day. Bye.